welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Amanda, and today I'm going to be talking about my rush experience and some tips for rush. I have a bunch of back to school videos coming up and I'm filming a bunch today, so hopefully by the end of the back to school series I'll be able to speak English because the amount of rambling I'm about to do is unreal. So if you guys are excited for more back to school videos, be sure to give this a big thumbs up. I'm going to be doing a big Q&A back to school video at the end of my back to school series to see if I didn't answer any of your guys' questions. So definitely comment down below if you guys have any questions for the Q&A and I will be sure to answer those for you guys. So without any more rambling, let's just get straight into the video. So for those of you who do not know, I am going to be a sophomore at the University of Connecticut this fall, and I am a Delta Gamma. I rushed the fall of my freshman year, so literally I was moved into school for not even a week, I think, and I was going through rush. It's a little bit different at UConn versus I know a lot of the more southern schools, they get really into rush and it's a lot more like, there's more sororities, there's more days. It's a much longer, drawn-out process than it is up in like northeast schools. It still wasn't taken lightly, I would say, but it definitely, like, it might be different if you're going to a southern school, so like I will definitely still share my tips and tricks and my experience, but it might be a little bit different depending on where you go. Also, I should have done this right after I rushed because I have the worst memory on earth. So like if this information is like a little bit off, don't kill me. If people are watching, they go to UConn and they're like, you're an idiot, that's not what happened. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to remember everything. My friends are probably gonna be like, Amanda, that is not what happened. Like, what are you doing? But you know, we're just gonna go for it. So here we go. So at UConn, there are 9 sororities in the NPC, the National Pan-Atlantic Conference. So the first day we met all 9 sororities. And day 1 is known as Scholarship Day. So this is kind of when you're just like introducing yourself to the sororities. The sororities are introducing themselves to you. They're kind of letting you know what they're about, all that kind of fun stuff. It's a very, very long day. I don't know if some schools break this day up. I'm sure they probably have to if there's way more sororities. But ours, we went all day, got home super, super late. And like by the end of the day, like you're just tired. So like it's a really hard day to get through. They switched through a bunch of different girls, at least that's how they did at my school. I'm not gonna keep saying that's how they did at my school because I'm just gonna give you guys my experience. It's probably different in other schools, so I'll just go with it. For us, they went through a bunch of different girls the first day. I would say probably 3 to 4 girls I talked to in each different sorority. They kind of just get a vibe for like who you are, if you would fit in. They let you ask any questions you have, kind of just really just getting to know all about you and you're getting to know all about what they're about. It's a pretty relaxed day. This day was really casual. I will insert clips of what I wore or similar to what I wore for these days. I did not take pictures during rush, but I will definitely give you guys a little glimpse of like what would be appropriate for these days. So like I said, at UConn, we have 9 National Pan-Atlantic Council sororities. When I rushed, we had Alpha Chi Omega, Alpha Epsilon Phi, Alpha Omicron Pi, which was forming that year, Alpha Phi, Delta Gamma, Gamma Phi Beta, Kappa Alpha Theta, Phi Sigma Rho, which was also forming last year, and Pi Beta Phi. And so we actually, long story, but Delta Gamma is not recognized on my campus anymore. So that's a whole nother story. Just there was a big mix up and so we were taken off campus. Really no one did anything wrong. It was just a big misunderstanding. So if you guys really want to know what happened, you can probably find that if you just Google UConn Delta Gamma. You won't get the correct story, but I just don't feel like talking about it because it makes me really angry and it was all a big misunderstanding, like I said. Instead of Delta Gamma, we have a new sorority coming onto campus this year, and that is Delta Zeta. And they were actually taken off campus a few years ago, and they are reforming this year. If you're going to UConn, that's a little insight onto what you have for some options. So like I said, we met all of the sororities on that day. The newer sororities, we just got kind of like an information session on like what it was about, what you could start if you were going to be like one of like the founding sisters, pretty much, like one of the first classes of it. That was pretty cool. Technically, we saw 7 sororities. If you wanted to be in one of the new ones, you had to drop out of recruitment and go specifically for one of those sororities, if that makes sense. There wasn't really like a rush. Don't know how to explain it. Like, pretty much if you wanted to be in those sororities, you were in those sororities, you dropped out of rush and you went straight to those sororities and they took you, if that makes any sense at all. At the end of the day, we had to rank all the sororities from like, I definitely want them, they were my favorite, to like I liked them, or like I didn't like them at all, whatever. I honestly loved all of the sororities at UConn that I talked to. Like, all of the girls are so sweet. Like, there is not a sorority that I would not have been happy in. There were some that I definitely felt myself more comfortable in, like I just felt like I fit in better there, but by no means there were any sororities where I was like, oh my god, if I am in this sorority, I am just gonna be so unhappy. Like, there were absolutely none. A really hard decision the first day, and you had to mark one that you weren't gonna get back, or you did not want back. So how it works is, if you put them as you did not want to see them again, and all of the sororities wanted to see you back, you would not go back to the one that you didn't want to see. However, if one of the ones you did want to go back to did not want you back because for whatever reason they didn't think you were going to fit in there, whatever it would be, you would not go back to them, and the sorority that you may not have wanted to go to would bump up so you would see them again. Or if there were multiple sororities that didn't want to see you back for whatever reason. Like I said, it's never a bad thing to get dropped from a sorority. They know who is going to fit in there with them, and they don't want you to be uncomfortable. They want you to fit in and be happy and find your home there. So ultimately, you just have to trust the process. I know that is so cliche, but really, like, once you go through it, you'll understand. Like, you have to trust the process. They know what they're doing, and you are going to find your home that way. Like I was saying, if multiple sororities drop you for whatever reason, you would not go back to them. You would go back to all the ones that wanted you back, if that makes sense. Even if you don't want to go back to a sorority and they want to see you back, you will still go back to them. They want to see you because they could see potential in you. You will end up going back to see them again. And like I said, for this day is very casual. I will clip in my outfit. You can just wear like sandals, shorts, a shirt, casual, cute, preppy-ish, you know, you want to be yourself, but you want to also dress to slightly impress them, but like not overboard. I know a lot of schools, they give you a shirt to wear for the first day, maybe all of the days, or most of them. We did not get shirts at UConn, but that is just, like I said, my experience. So on day 2, you can go back to a maximum for us of 6 sororities. It might be changed up now because those other sororities are in rush. I'm assuming something will change, but we went back to 6 sororities, I believe, and day 2 is Philanthropy Day. So you learn all about their philanthropy. Philanthropy is like their organization that they support. Delta Gamma's philanthropy is Service for Sight. There are some other sororities that help with women's health, cancer, stuff like that. So on that day, you just learn all about that, what they're about. They show you some videos and some pictures and stuff and talk really in depth about what they so strongly believe in and what they love helping and stuff. And like, it was a really amazing day just to see all the girls get like, so not emotional, but like you can see how much they actually care about their philanthropy and what they do to help, and it was just awesome. I absolutely loved it. On this day, same as a little bit before, more casual, but like slightly more fancy. On this day, I believe I wore my Lily shorts, but with just like a white plain like tank kind of shirt and like a necklace. Nothing crazy. Again, I will insert the clip here. This day is, again, to just get to know more about you. And at the end of this day, I believe you knock out 2 sororities. So again, you rank them with you want to see them, definitely want to see them again, and then the ones that you not so much, like you didn't love as much. And this day is even harder because you have to knock out 2. And like I said, it was so hard for me. I literally loved all of them. Again, the same thing happens. If they want you back, you go back. If not, you don't go back, and you could get one of the ones you don't want. That's how it works. On day 3 is movie day, and you go back to see 4 sororities, or a maximum of 4 sororities. On day 3, movie day, they show you a little clip that they put together, kind of their like recruitment video. You guys have probably seen these like on Facebook and stuff. They go viral, like different sororities recruitment videos. I might clip in ours because it was so cute, like amazing, like so cute. It's ridiculous. So this film really just shows you their sisterhood, like what these girls are about. It shows you them doing things outside of like you sitting in this room talking to them. And at this day, so all of the sororities except Delta Gamma had a house in our Husky village. And so on this day, this is also a day that we went and toured the houses. Delta Gamma was still held in, like before these days, we didn't, sorry, I should have said this in the beginning. So in the first 2 days, we went to different like conference type rooms to meet all of the girls. We were not in their houses. Recruitment at UConn, I should have said this also earlier, is 4 days long. So the first 2 days we do not go and see their houses. The last 2 days we do. So on day 3 you go see their houses. It's movie day. You see their film. You learn more about them. We went up into like some girls' rooms and we just talked like one-on-one with them. We got to know them a little bit better, more about what they're about. Like this whole process is learning exactly about what the sorority is about, what the girls are about. Really getting to talk to a bunch of different girls really gives you a vibe on the type of person that they're looking for. Also, this day is a little bit fancier. You can wear a dress, a romper, skirt, whatever you're comfortable in. On this day, I wore a fancier romper. I will clip in a picture here. Like I said, you want to make sure you're always comfortable and wearing what you actually like feel yourself in. You're not going to want to impress these girls being who you're not, because then you're not going to actually find your home. So at the end of this day, you are going to literally want to cry because it's the hardest day to ever like knock down. I mean, like at least for me, this was by far the most difficult day. You have to knock down to 2 sororities, and I was down to 3 sororities that I really loved. So it was really hard for me, but you had to do it. On day 4, you are going to go back to a maximum of 2 sororities. Pretty much, this is the last day. This is preference day. This is the fanciest day of them all. I wore my lily dress. You just can wear a nice dress, something, pants, something like that. Fanciest day. This is kind of like their ceremony day. They each put on like a little ceremony for you and like bring you into like what their sisterhood is really about. This is the most emotional day. Both the sororities I went to were like crying on the last day. They really like gave you a look into like how important their sisterhood actually is to them. And I thought this day was amazing. Like I said, this day was really hard for me because I felt so strongly about both sororities. I really, really loved both of them. Both ceremonies I went to were really heartfelt. They really made you feel like you could fit in there. It was a tough day. So at the end of this day, you have to sign your Maraba, and this is where you rank. So you could either suicide bid, which I do not recommend doing unless you know for sure you would be unhappy in one of the sororities. Suicide bidding is when you only put down one sorority. So you are either going to get that sorority if they give you a bid, or if they don't give you a bid, you don't get any sorority. Like you will not be placed into a sorority at all. And you will have to wait until the next year to rush again. You can't rush again in the spring, or if you rush in the spring, you won't be able to rush in the fall, I believe. We can't rush again in the spring. So, and then regular bidding is just you put down your number 1 choice and then your second choice. So if you don't get a bid from your number 1 choice and you get a bid from your second choice, you'll be put into your second choice sorority. So I definitely think this is the way to go. On this last day, you should know if you feel comfortable in both sororities or not. Like I said, I think you should only suicide bid if you know for sure that you will be unhappy in your second sorority option. So then that night is bid night, and that is when you find out what sorority you're going to be in. I'm not sure if some schools do this different days, but ours, it was the same day as our preference day. So bid night is when you get your bid card. It is the most exciting thing on earth. You get to run to your sorority sisters. You get to meet all the other girls that are in your sorority. It is just such an amazing feeling. I definitely know I made the right choice being in Delta Gamma. I was so happy there. I still am so happy there. I'm technically an alumna now, but I still have all my sisters. It was definitely the best decision that I made my freshman year, and maybe one of the best ones that I made thus far in life. I met so many amazing girls. I met some of my best friends in Delta Gamma. 2 of the girls I'm living with are in Delta Gamma. I couldn't be happier. I absolutely made the right decision. So that is it for my experience. And now I just have a few tips for you guys that I think are really important. I kind of addressed these when I was going through my experience, but I will just read these off to you really quick. I kind of planned this out so I would get all of my thoughts across. So rush is an extremely hard experience to go through. It's tough physically, mentally, emotionally, in every single way possible. They're gonna be long, hard days. You're gonna talk to so many girls, it's ridiculous. You are gonna feel like you're repeating yourself constantly because you just don't know who you told what to. You're gonna feel like you're not sure if you're gonna be making the right decision. I know it's hard. You're like, but what if, like, this is the right one for me? And what if that one is? Like, it's so hard to know. And when sororities drop you, I know it seems like it's gonna be the end of the world and you're like, well, why didn't they want me? Like, I really liked them. They know who is going to fit in their sisterhood. So don't be upset about it. I know that some sororities really, I think, put on a show during recruitment. They make it seem like it's butterflies and rainbows and they're amazing and like their sisterhood is the best and they all love each other. But like, you're not gonna get along with all of your sorority sisters. You're not gonna be best friends with all of them. There's hundreds of girls in your sorority. Like, it's amazing that hundreds of girls have your back when you're in the sorority, like immediately. It's an amazing thing, but they're gonna put on a show to make it look like everyone gets along and like, it's obviously not the truth. Definitely just go with your gut, trust the process. I know that is so cliche, everyone says it, but really you will find your home that way. And I promise you that you will be happy if you just go with the flow and let it happen. Absolutely, absolutely. This is the biggest tip I can give you. Be yourself, because you're not gonna find your true home if you're not. You wanna find people that are gonna love you for you and you wanna fit in. And my last tip for you guys is to really just like take a step back and look at what the girls are saying to you. Look at if you feel comfortable, if you're trying to impress them. I think this was a big thing for the last day for me, that I just like took a step back and I was like, all right, so let's look at what both sororities are saying to me. Do I feel comfortable? Am I trying to impress them? On the last few days, the conversations I had with the girls in DG, they were just comfortable. We were laughing and talking about like pizza and like just random stuff that like me and my friends would talk about. Like, it wasn't like, okay, so Louise crossed me here. So yes, I love pearls and I like to dress up and I'm so excited about this philanthropy and like I really just see myself here. Like, no, we were literally like laughing about like in eating, like talking about eating and like just random like funny stuff. Like, the time goes by so fast when you're just comfortable with them and you're not trying to impress them. And like the other sorority that I had, like my second sorority, I absolutely loved them, but I definitely did feel like I was more trying to not, I don't even want to say impress, I just wasn't able to like completely like relax, I feel like, because I was like, okay, well, I can't say anything wrong because then they're gonna drop me. And that shouldn't have happened. Like, I should have just been comfortable. You know what I mean? So, like, when I looked back and saw that, it made my decision clear for me. And that is definitely how I made the right decision. So I'm sorry if this was really, really long. I literally don't even know how long I have been filming. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope this was helpful. Definitely be sure to leave any questions below if I didn't answer any questions that you might have had. Anything else, not even about sorority recruitment, any back to school, college, high school, whatever videos, whatever questions you may have. I will definitely be sure to answer all of them in my Q&A video at the end of my back to school series right before school starts. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and definitely give it a big thumbs up for more back to school videos. Definitely subscribe if you have not already. You can click this button here and follow me on my social media. They will all be linked down below. I love you guys so much and thank you so much for watching. Bye.